it's okay.
Right.
It's broken.
It's broken. What can I do with this? Nothing.
Why don't you just eat your fucking sandwich,
I
eh?
can't do anything with it.
Eat your fucking sandwich and be happy with it. It's fucking free. You son of a bitch, who do you think you are?
So, what would you say is the problems with this deli tray?
Well, look. I mean, you just keep folding it, and it keeps breaking.
Well, why would you fold it?
You fold it too hard, then.
Well, look at this. There's some problems here.
Okay.
It's fresh meat, ain't it, eh?
Where did it
What are you fucking in the Beatles? You know what's funny?
Fun with the
Let me tell you something that's really funny. Everything I have on video of Poppy is this. Me just irritating the fuck out of Poppy and getting in her face. And she's always looking up at the camera like, why are you fucking with me? Stop it. I'm gonna take this fucking cinema off.
Actually quite good.
Antichrist is the name of God. Antichrist is the name of God. Antichrist is the name of God. Shit. Shit. How do I get this thing to... Oh, fuck.
Line them up.
Okay, what was that now, William?
You sick?
So they line up.
Okay, what was that now, William?
You sick?
So they line up.
What was that now?
Are you sick still?
Am I? A little bit. I'm recovering.
Sick in the head.
I'm not really sick. I'm just, my voice is sort of
I'm just kind of
rough still.
disturbed.
Well, I'll try singing. I might be able to do it.
So, all but the... timestamp on here? Okay, well. These two ones are You ready? Kick off. I like it. It takes a little getting used to, but I like it. out pretty good, except for when I messed up. The end worked out pretty good. And the end justifies the means.
I'm with you on that, my friend. Any other comments on that song before we move on, or how does everyone feel about it?
About the guitar, though.
Not a
I
problem.
think it's just once I'm farther away from that amps, I won't happen.
That's cool. No, we're fine with that. All right.
I'm gonna try a different guitar distortion this time.
Okay.
That's not what I wanted.
I did not want this.
Alright, let's try this.
Mic on. Splendid. My contraption will soon be complete. I only need the one element to complete the entire system. Unfortunately, our little friend has that part and I want it. I want you to go out and get it. I do not care how or why, just do it. It is putting a serious damper on my plans to destroy the world. This battle station is not yet quite operable, but it does have the chance to strike. And strike we will.
More.
Do you want to give a tour of the drum kit? I erased over the other one.
Actually, I want to smoke a cigarette.
Okay, we'll do it after you smoke a cigarette. On your marks, get set, smoke a cigarette. Go! Let me tell you something, my friend.
I'd like to have a drink of this too as well.
That new symbol, even though it's not going to last very long, is a great symbol. A symbol for our youth today. Okay.
Don't film me.
What? What?
I believe that the red light should be engaged so that one knows when one is being filmed.
What do you think?
I don't know, but when he's filming at a club, it's a lot better.
Well, I could just turn it off in the club. I'll tell you what. I will search for. I'll tell you what. I'll search for the red light. Roxanne, you have to search for the red light.
He's just making stuff up.
He's a retard.
Yeah. You know those people mommy told you not to hang out with? Here they are.
Oh wow.
Robert's special. As in Special Olympics.
He is.
This is kind of cool. There's different places. I mean, auto, spotlight, portrait. There's different kinds of exposures in here. Sports
Stop it!
for outside, beach and ski, sunset, moon. Ooh, that works out pretty good.
in the blanket.
I'll just go back to this. That was kind of cool. Let's find. There it is. There. Tell me if the light's on.
No.
No? Gosh darn it.
You have to check.
We're lying.
I don't believe you.
The light is on, you guys. You fooled me.
You're tickling me.
Sorry. God.
Don't. He's tickling.
Should I tell
Enough
the
with-
camera about my 4 hours of vomiting last night?
Ah, recording lamp. There.
It is on now.
The recording lamp
Yay.
is on.
Hey!
Lamp is on.
That's good news for everyone.
Is it?
It is.
Why?
Because now we can all be happy knowing that we're being recorded.
Very true.
So, what's the temperature in here right now, William?
It's
About 6.
5
About
degrees.
6?
I would say 6.
We're-
It's warmed up about a degree.
Is it cold in here?
It's very cold in
This
here.
is all we have to.
We need to talk to our landlord.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna edit that out.
You can see your breath. Almost.
It's
crazy.
Like it's his fault.
Get rid of that.
What?
Get rid of that. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, well, I'm done filming around here anyways.
Oh, well, splendid. That's really
Okay.
good to know. I
Do
think
interviews, Rock.
With who?
that's Billy.
Us.
What do you want to be interviewed about?
I don't care.
So,
Good
Billy,
topic.
Billy,
What?
what's it like being in autonomy?
It's a great experience. I don't know what I'd be doing without it. Nothing like being in a band, nothing like rocking out.
Yeah.
What is it like to see those legions and legions of screaming fans? You know, chasing you down.
Well, I think it's really fun when people come to the rehearsals.
Yeah. It's a nice experience.
Because we create fans that way. We don't
Yes.
play gigs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is an interview. You gotta keep it on him.
Oh.
You don't film the interviewer. It's like 2020. It's like Barbara Walters.
Okay.
So, in what ways have you enriched your style through the use of effects?
Well, I really try not to use much effects. Except, you know, when you need to. Oh, man.
You need that little extra oomph.
Like, I try not to use the wah and the solo a lot. Even I do when it's necessary, but
Kind of
I try
an
not
easy
to over-
fallback.
overuse things.
What is the autonomy song that best shows off your abilities as a guitarist?
Probably Scars. It's my
Expound on that.
Well, the solo is just very natural for me. I've been playing that solo my whole life. First scales I ever learned, so
Mhm.
it's very easy for me, and it's a lot of fun for me to play.
Go ahead.
Good. I'll remember that.
I'm the cameraman. I am a camera. A camera. I'm
How would
on.
you describe your relationship with Count Rocket?
We kind of kicked it off right away. I don't think he remembers this, but I remember when, for like the first time I was in Mars, I was, fucking around. And he came up and started talking to me like a salesman, because I was playing the Dimebag Darrell guitar. He's like, he went off in the speech about, I know Pantera. I played in a band called Scum of the Earth. And Phil would always come and ask me about that band, even like 10 years after we broke up or whatever, however long it was. So that was cool.
Do you think that influenced your decision to buy such a crappy ass guitar?
No, I think Dimebag Darrell influenced me in that. I was
So you
such a
can't blame that
phase.
sale on me, or is that what
You
you're
didn't
saying?
sell it to me. I
Yeah,
bought
but-
that G sharp, not my
G sharp,
yeah.
B sharp,
B sharp, B sharp.
B sharp.
Sure.
I don't know.
We'll withhold our
Did it, have,
comments.
did it have crowbar marks on it? Was it?
Did it
Did it have
have
someone
blood on it?
Was the serial number scratched off?
Were there like claw marks or blood stains on it at all from where it'd been ripped out of
Bullet
somebody's
holes.
hand?
That place is just known for selling hot shit, hot merchandise, stolen shit, all the time. I guess they've gotten better in recent years. I don't know. Back in the day, that was the place. All the amps had like holes ripped through them from where the security chains had been ripped out. People that had them tied down just ripped it. straight
PA
off.
equipment and
Yeah.
shit.
Awesome.
Okay, what else do you want to ask him? William?
Do you, is Autonomy going to do an acoustic set?
Compilation. Here, hold the camera. I gotta put some socks on. My fucking feet are freezing.
I actually look
Do you have
forward
frostbite?
to doing acoustic songs. I want to shock
Just
you.
like that band the other night.
No, but we will do it well. We will
Even
do
the
it very
drummer
well.
played an acoustic. That was cool.
We will do it very well, very sophisticated.
I like that.
It will be great.
I like that the drummer can play an acoustic guitar because that means he's like
I mean, he's
multi-talented.
versatile.
Who?
The drummer from the band.
Nuisance Crew, duh.
Nuisance Crew?
Boy,
Yeah, the drummer played the guitar on the acoustic part.
Yeah, I mean
representing
those.
that guitar for show.
No, those guys were good. Do you foresee Autonomy ever reaching that level of mastery over their instruments? I mean, that sort of virtuosity.
Well, I just hope my equipment works on stage.
That's all one can hope
That's
for.
all
huh?
I'm doing. It's just praying that my stuff works.
Yeah, so you noticed that the tell the story about the guy who whose equipment went out.
Yeah, the guitar player. I don't really know what happened. I think he probably fried his amp head or something.
Yep,
It seemed to.
How did he get it back on?
they switched.
The switch heads.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what-
somebody else gave him a head.
Yeah, or
Mm.
something. That happened. That would be terrible.
Could you foresee
Well-
yourself playing for a band like that?
No, I don't. Not into that rap rock scene.
Stuff.
It's done.
You think it's run its course?
I think it has. At least for, they have the good bands now, the set of who rap rock is, your Limp Bizkits and whatnot.
Right,
If people are gonna go see it, they're gonna go see Limp Bizkit
certainly.
or whoever else. Let's play that Project 11 song.
Well, we need to interview more people. Let's interview.
Okay, Rockula, switch chairs with Billy.
Okay.
I'm gonna play the bubble game while this is going on.
Well, I'm gonna turn down the sound. I won't have the bubble game interfere.
I would never want it to.
You've got that right, Sunshine.
Let's interview Poppy. What's her
Let's
life
not.
story?
Okay, I'm gonna do a constant shot here, so be quiet until Rockula sits down.
Yeah. It's my turn, damn it.
No, this is gonna be a cool shot of the TV, and then I'll pan over to Rockula. So Rockula, sit down.
Then we should be doing my show.
So Rockula,
Yes.
how you doing?
Doing really good, actually.
How's the band coming along? Where's this clip
The
on?
lens cap is like, oh, you can just tuck it. Tuck it. The lens cap is in Poppy's face. Go ahead. What was your question?
So how's the band progressing?
Band's progressing really well.
And that band would be?
Autonomy. I think that this band has more of a future than anything I've ever put my efforts into in my entire life. The end.
Bounce it, Billy.
This is it. This is probably the
bounce
best best chance I have at accomplishing what I want to do with my life.
Tell us a little bit about your how your drum style has evolved.
Well, I can't say that I'm not as focused on technique as I used to be. I'm just more selective about the flashiness that I try to use. Just because, I don't know, I just feel like as long as I'm having fun, I don't care. You know? I think that people would rather see somebody having fun or hear a very passionate performance from someone, be it on recordings or live, than be able to dissect all the different really technical things that that person does. If you Billy died.
Don't die.
If you only a few people in 100 are going to have the knowledge that it takes to dissect truly incredibly technical music. However, some people just know when something rocks. And if you can combine just rocking with with entertaining people and then giving the musicians something to listen to as well, I believe that that's really the secret to becoming a very popular band, even in subgenres.
But regarding your drum style,
Did I say that? Oh, okay. My drum style. Well, it's just helped me to become a more balanced drummer. I apply just enough of everything as much as I can to a certain degree of competence and quality.
You're resting that on my forehead.
it's my hand.
I'm not really saying that I'm a really great drummer. I'm just saying that I've never felt more confident in the notes that I pretty much mean every note that I play. 95% of the notes that I play, I meant them. There's a couple of bonks every once in a while. I hurt my hand while we were playing just now. But about 95% of what I'm doing is what was supposed to be there. And I don't just mean as in that's the way you play the song. I mean that's it works. And it works well enough to be entertaining.
Describe how you feel Billy is integrated into the group.
Well, when he started out, he was extremely busy, and he noodled and soloed over everything. And I think he's integrating more subtlety less erratic guitar parts. But at the same time, just because he's being subtle, it doesn't mean that he can't. He doesn't take his spot in the front of the mix. As far as the lighter parts, the things that call for not, turned up to 10 distortion parts, he's getting a lot better. He's learning how to color the song instead of just playing guitar over some drums and some bass. He's becoming more tasteful. You got to give it to him that he's very young and he doesn't have a lot of experience. That doesn't mean, just because somebody doesn't have a lot of experience doesn't mean that they're not capable of very exciting things. So, he's working great.
Who do you think the fans of Autonomy will be?
Fans of Autonomy will be anybody who appreciates honesty, anyone who appreciates intensity, anyone who appreciates a flow of emotions, whether it be, intense emotions or just having fun and just stuff that makes you smile, Stuff that makes you smile doesn't always have to be puppy dogs and flowers and, holding hands and stuff. Stuff that makes you smile. Poppy's doing the limbo. Poppy, you can get in the shot. Hold on a second. We're gonna let Poppy get in the shot. She's like...
my pelvic muscles. Oh.
Hey, Poppy, you can be pantsed in those.
Yes, I could.
I gotta move my leg though.
I didn't do it, though, because you were on camera.
Thank you.
Unlike Kat, who would unzip your pants in front of everybody.
Actually, it was Tina that did it.
Oh, yeah, but Kat told her to. Okay, are we back?
Ew.
Are we back? What are you doing?
Just about.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. Let me think of a question here for you.
So, yeah, anyways, can you say that question one more time so I can finish my thought?
Who will the fans of Autonomy be?
Oh.
People that can just appreciate quality. Be it the quality of the music, be it the quality of the performance, be it the sonic quality of the band. It's still... Poppy, move over. Is she in the,
No.
shot? Okay. It's still quality. I mean, just because something doesn't have something that everybody likes, at least I'm losing my thought on that. Next question. I just kind of backed myself into a corner on that one. I didn't know how to get out of it. It's cool. So, next question.
Yay!
Yay! I like Autonomy. What's the next question?
What are you trying to do to the Twin Cities music scene?
Well, I have two different agendas for the Twin Cities music scene. Most important being using it to build our legend. Because if you build a legend quick, it's possible to do so. It's possible to create a lot of buzz very quickly if you're good enough to do it. You have to recognize your opportunities. You have to recognize what's going to get you in people's minds the most. And doing that is not as hard as people think. You just have to be smart and know how to exploit the people that are going to give you the money. Now, I hope to become big in this city and then go on. I don't want to be a big band in this town. I want to be a like a national band and then an international band. So we can use Minneapolis, the whole cold, it's kind of desolate outside of the city. You know, there's not. It's like an island. You know, it's like a station. It's really cool. So you can take that and apply it to the kind of cold, sterile image we're trying to, to put out. As far as my second agenda with Minneapolis is, doesn't hurt to have people sharing your spotlight every once in a while. Because if there's one thing that helps you to become famous, is that being associated with people of your caliber. Performers, musicians, artists, people who have potential can build each other up and be mutually beneficial. So I'm sure that there are a lot of people here with open minds that want to perform with us, do art with us, basically latch on to us and make themselves look more important. And in that, we make ourselves look more important. And we get popularity off of both people's audiences. I remember when you called me and you told me, basically, I'm going to hair in my mouth, this town is an open book. It's a blank chalkboard, blank slate for us to just write on what we will. And I agree with that, and I also agree that there are other people that we can use as colors to complement what we're doing. And in return, they can use us as the same. So that's what I think about this city. Hey, can you hand me my water, please?
So, Rock, tell us a little bit about your drum kit.
Okay. There are a couple of things in this drum kit that are... What?
Water bottle.
Oh, yeah. The most important part of your drum kit is the water bottle. Water bottle is most important. Okay. We'll start with the oldest member of the drum kit, the snare. Tama maple snare that I bought in K-Jack's pawn shop in the late 80s, early 90s, I'd say. Still got the price tag on it. Still got the old tagger on it, right here. And I paid $115 for it. Love this drum. This snare drum is my favorite snare drum in the world. Okay. Pearl steel shell drum with a really interesting parallel throw-off. Die-cast hoops on it. Made it an absolute steal. Got a whole drum kit with this snare. Couple $100. Okay, over here is, I'll bring this back into the shot, an old crash cymbal that was lathed down into a splash type cymbal. You can see, I don't know if I can get this out of the way or not, but no, you can't see it. It's good. You have to get around it. Who cares? Right here is a Mapex Black Panther 10-inch snare that I use as a tom or a snare. Right here is a 16-inch crash ride from Zildjian. I don't even think they make crash rides anymore, but it's going to die soon anyways. It's cracked. Very small Wuhan. I think it's a 10-inch Wuhan China, which will be destroyed someday soon. 18-inch crash ride. Really like this cymbal by Zildjian. Big old cowbell, the lowest tuned cowbell I could find. Quick beat hi-hats, really good chick, really good spread, really good definition. Everything that I like in a hi-hat cymbal is right here. I'd like a 15, but not a rock star yet. Right down here is a Tama 22-inch bass drum. It is a Superstar, which, I'm not really too picky about drums. As long as it sounds good, that's all I care about. Sounds good. Next one. My old 16-inch floor tom that I'm going to cover in some black material so that it matches the rest of the kit until I can get a better floor tom, either a 14 or an 18, who knows. 20-inch thin crash. Very rare cymbal. Didn't think those things existed, but my store manager at Mars gave it to me because it was sitting in the back of his closet for 10 years, whatever. 20-inch medium ride. Good for in between here. This is a good trio of cymbals that I like here. It's like thin, thicker, thickest. Thickest down here is actually the oldest thing in my entire cymbal repertoire. First cool cymbal I ever bought. 22-inch Ping Ride. Had that since my very first drum kit before the snare. Wuhan, China, 20-inch Wuhan, China. I think that Wuhan needs to adopt a new slogan which states, Wuhan, they sound better after you've broken them. I break lots of these, but they're okay. Quick decay, I like that. Then over here is a Z Power Smash. Interesting cymbal, very thick, very gong-like. I'd rather have something bigger, maybe a 20. I don't think they make them any smaller than 18. Oh well, maybe they'll make a Rockula Power Smash. DW hi-hat. Well, first of all, DW pedals, not huge on pedals having to cost $500, so as long as they're balanced and they work well, I don't care. I just got these for cheap. Then there is the thing that makes this entire drum kit possible, which is the DW5000 cable hi-hat. Cable hi-hats are the coolest invention on the entire planet as far as drums go, and I could not have a drum kit this compact without the cable hi-hat. I mean, it's just, there's no way this drum set could be half as cool as it is without that. What? Next question.
I was going to give another question.
What?
Why don't you demonstrate it a little bit for us, Rock?
Would you like for me to demonstrate the drum kit?
I'd like to hear how it sounds.
Okay. Left hand, Quanta 1000, Quantum 1000 marching stick by Cradle Tip. Am I right? 5B, whoops. A 5B by Vader. Don't care. I like Vader a lot, but Vader doesn't make anything with this big beat on it. If they did, I'd play it. So, let's see here. Terrible. It's got real, you can play in real tight. Move around it real. It's easy to keep your elbows in by your rib cage. Terrible. Because I'm wearing socks. I have to have bare feet while I play. It's gonna be 20 degrees below zero at some gig someday. I'm gonna have to have a heater by my feet.
Are we gonna talk about my equipment?
We're
now?
talking about Billy's equipment.
First, I'm gonna plug it in with my monster cables.
Alright, we're here with Billy. So, Billy,
Yes,
what do you foresee as being the future of autonomy?
I wanna be the biggest band in the world. I wanna rule the world. Everybody know who we are. We will.
You have a great deal of equipment here.
Yes, I do.
Let's talk a little
Actually,
bit
a
about
pretty
that.
simple setup. Start with my guitars. This is my first guitar. It's kind of my baby. Got the influences on the back. It's a Squire Stratocaster.
See that back.
What?
See that back. Let me see that.
Pantera, Zeppelin, Metallica.
There you go.
Right there, baby. Black hardware, black everything. Got the Seymour Duncan pickups, humbuckers, loud and nasty. Just love them. Got a nice fast neck, just how I like to play. Just kind of when it's in my hand, I know what to do with it. Then I also play Rock's guitar that he gave me to use. Gibson Firebird. Just has that great chunky, deep, just kick-ass Gibson crunchy chords. Ugh, just awesome. Love this guitar. So talk about my amps now.
Okay.
I run through Marshall Half Stack AVT model. Got 4 different channels on it. You got an acoustic simulator, a clean, and then 2 different distortions. An OD1 for your more subtle distortions, to keep it quiet, and then the OD2 for the big heavy sound. And it's got a bunch of different effects on it. I mainly just use the delay and a chorus sometimes. Pretty much just a delay. Then I also use a little combo amp over there, a Marshall 100-watt combo. Just gives me an extra boost in sound. Some more loudness, more definition. It's a good amp. Now it's probably to the key of my sound, my Boss noise suppressor. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to control much. And it just really defines my sound and clears out all the extra noise and all the crap that you don't want to hear. And of course a Vox Wah, can't go wrong there. And the last of my effects I use Zoom, Super Zoom processor. Has up to 47 different effects in it. Pretty much endless possibilities. Love it. That's pretty much it.
What do you foresee getting in the future as far as equipment?
I just like to have more amps. Maybe when I'm a big rock star, Marshall will make me an AVT just how I want it. The only problem I have with this amp is it's cranked up as loud as it's, gonna go, so it gets pretty noisy. I just like to a little more power into this and
Sure.
be perfect,
Guitars?
I'd like to have a Gibson Les Paul custom Black Beauty. Whew, gold hardware. Play that with my Strat. I
The
will
musician's choice.
Yep.
Absolutely. Go for it.
I also use Dunlop Jazz 3 picks. Small little, very hard, very fast, easy to control, not flimsy on the strings.
rock.
Okay. How do you justify yourself? How do you justify your position in this band?
I try to be as heavy as possible. Be as whiny and noisy and fast and impressive as I can to try and stand out, because it's hard to stand out in a band like this, the musicians I play with. So I do whatever I can to make myself stand out, make people look at me. If that means going off for 20 minutes, it means going off for 20 minutes. As long as you can pull it off, I don't find anything wrong with it. Sometimes I choke and sometimes I don't.
Well, do you think that you ever... What do you think of your abilities to become colored and not stand out?
I think I'm growing incredibly in the past 3 or 4 months that I've been in this band. It's taught me so much on covering up, you know, a vocal line or a bass line, or just being very subtle, just, you know, one note, little bends. I think I'm getting very good at that, and with time it's just going to get even better.
Okay.
And within the next year, once I get out of high school, I'll be at music tech, and pretty much my life will be playing a guitar, so I hope to develop tremendous skill and great technique. And
Do you think that...
hopefully be a session guitar player.
Do you think that music tech will make you a better player, or do you think that you are already a better player and music tech will just give you the tools to become the better player that you already are?
Both. I think they'll make me a better player, and pretty much just hone all the skills I already have.
Do you think a person...
They'll teach me how to use them.
Do you think that no matter how talented a person is, a place like Music Tech can just pull the raw talent out of them? Or do you think
I don't
somebody
think
has
so.
to...
I think somebody has to have the talent and creative ability right off the bat. Nobody can teach creativity and just natural skill. It's like a good hockey player, you know. Some hockey players don't even have to, you know, skate at all in the off season, and they're better than everybody else just from natural ability.
Okay.
Some people have to work incredibly hard, and they're still not as good as that person.
How much would you say you have natural ability versus just busting your ass and working it out?
I definitely bust my ass, but to be honest, I've only been playing for 5 years, and I'm 18 years old, and I've got it in my genes. My grandparents, my mom, my sister were all great musicians.
Do you think that you practice as much as you should?
Right now, I'd like to be practicing more.
Is it realistic?
No, because I have to do school. I
So what-
practice as much as I can. Some days I practice, you know, only for like an hour. Some days I practice for, you know, 6 hours. It just depends on the day, depends on how I feel.
Okay.
But I always try to at least, you know, get at least a good hour, hour and a half of playing in every day.
William?
Keep my fingers fresh, basically.
Anything else for the young man?
Is it true that Autonomy's coming out with an acoustic set? Can you either confirm nor deny the rumors?
I don't. Hopefully in the future, but not anytime soon. I don't think. After we develop, where we can shock people by playing acoustic.
There were reports last week in Hollywood that you were seen with Carmen Electra.
Dennis Rodman.
It's true.
Can you talk about that?
It's true.
It's true.
Okay, you want to do the music, or do you want to get interviewed?
I want to do the music.
Hey, Poopy. Poopy. Please. Will you shoot this song, Poppy, please? Will you shoot this song, please? Because we need you. Am I supposed to say something to you, or I don't understand what you want from me? I need you to do a good round the whole band shot, you know? Because one of the things that I want to do, like, you can't really see what anybody's doing in the shot from way back there. I'd like to get some detail, and there's no detail in that big old wide shot. So you can, you know, I'd like you to be able to get some close-ups of everybody. William has it. Ooh, Poppy, come on, you can do this. Oh, you screwed yourself big time there, Poppy. Oh! Very good, my friend. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Come, and me one go home. Picked up a bunch of ripe banana. Highly deadly, like a tarantula. Take it up, take it up.
Shut it off.
Let's do it.
I never thought it could bother me.
Oh, my bad. I fucked up.
I want to start over. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah, I was fucking up big time.
I will give you the high five.
Here we go. We're gonna try this again.
Here we go. Okay, Billy. All right. State your name and what you do in the band.
Well, my name is William Lawrence. I'm the bassist, vocalist, I'm a songwriter.
And what band are you
I'm in Autonomy. I like to consider myself a founding member of Autonomy.
in? Really? Tell me about that.
Well, Rockula moved here from Dallas to be a part of this project, so it's sort of the two of us coming together and then picking material, working it up, arranging it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's come together quite nicely.
Okay. How long ago would you say that this band officially became an idea?
Probably, well, putting a band like this together has been an idea for a long time.
Okay, but realistically,
But this particular format just sort of came into place through the members, I think.
okay.
I mean, the people interacting the way they did, I never could have predicted this outcome based on the people that I've chosen to work with.
Mm-hmm. So, describe a quick chain of events of how this band came into being.
Well, I left my band in Dallas, Project 11. My father was in very bad health, and I was in love with a girl in Minnesota.
Yeah?
And I moved back. The band fell apart. After scouting out the Minneapolis music scene, having not been there in the years I'd been in Dallas, it had changed a lot, and it was looking very, very ripe for new music. I told this to Count Rockula in Dallas and said, you know, this. If you're interested in working together, this is, you know, you're the guy I would want to work with. You're the drummer I would most want to work with at this point in my career.
And what was his response?
Well, he wanted to do it. He was flattered by it. But, you know, I just really felt that this scene had a lot to offer both of us. And both of our goals could probably be met here.
So,
There's a great deal of potential in this music scene. He moved here. We began rehearsing out of any space we could find, including the rehearsal rooms at Mars Music, the
Yeah,
musicians'
that was-
planet.
how was that?
It was horrible. It sounded very sterile. We were playing on other people's equipment because they wouldn't let us bring our equipment in. It was a pain, and we were not able to capture anything of what we wanted to do, really. But
So-
it was a good chance to kind of play together and practice together a little bit anyway.
So fast forward to the next experience with that.
Well, basically, we found a rehearsal space, settled on it, began rehearsing out of it. Our friend Akbar moved here and played guitar for us for some time. Wasn't able to sustain his life here in Minneapolis and moved back to Dallas, and is still there and still penniless as far as I know.
All right.
He just wasn't able to contribute to this band in the way we wanted him to. So we began searching for a replacement. We interviewed a lot of guitar players, auditioned a great number of them, talked to tons online, put up posters, ads in papers. It was an extensive search, and we just weren't finding the guy that was the right fit. Lots of good musicians, but not the right person. we came across Billy, auditioned him, and we sort of ushered in a relationship with him as far as working on material with him and seeing if he could step up to the plate and perform at the level we wanted. He wasn't quite as experienced as what we were looking for, but we felt he made up for it in enthusiasm, and his work ethic is definitely there. So he's become a fixture. He's become a part of our sound, and I'm pleased as punch.
Happy as a clam.
Happy as a clam.
So, here's the obligatory question. If you could describe this music to someone who has never heard it before, how would you describe it?
It's sort of a raw channeling of emotion and thought to me. We're very raw with the emotions we put out there and very extreme with them. Don't write a lot of gray area poetry. It's pretty much an extreme perspective in each case, and we try to write music that's very symbolic and meaningful, but yet catchy and listenable and accessible.
So describe your relationship with your drummer.
Well, shit, man. We're best friends. I've known him for ages. We've developed a very good rapport. We joke around a lot. We match wits a lot. Keep each other on our toes. We're very honest with one another, which is incredibly valuable. I know that if I wrote something horrible, he would tell me. And
Musically,
vice versa.
what do you think? How do you and your drummer play off each other musically?
It's all about energy. I don't really think that we react off one another in a very ordered or technical, orchestral way. However, we're very good at reading each other's energy and each other's movement and where we're trying to go with the piece. Reading what the other person is feeling and trying to express and playing off that. I mean, when we both begin to build something, it's instantly acknowledged by both of us. We know it's coming. We know it's time to happen. We just as we know it's time to back off, or we know it's time to sort of lull the groove into its place. Connection between bass and drums is critical in any groove. The fact that ours is such a strong one just speaks volumes about where our sound comes from.
What do you think makes this band different from all the thousands of other bands out there that are competing for the consumer's hard-earned concert dollars?
We have an honest love for music. Autonomy doesn't front. Autonomy doesn't make excuses. We don't beg for praise. We don't accept pity. We are entirely proud of what we do and are trying to create the best work we've ever done. And not many other groups have that work ethic, have that practical stance on their own material.
So if you were going to convince, say, a club owner to book this band at their club, what would be, other than the reasons that are hand-tailored for that specific clientele, what are general broad statements you can make about this band that are true, that will convince a club owner to book your band at their club?
We're a new breed of rock. I believe that. You don't hear this sort of material played anywhere. Yet people love it. I think there's a whole group of people that are left without heroes with some of the recent trends in music and the demises of some great bands. We're just trying to fill the hole and give people the music they deserve to be hearing. There's no better bang for your buck than Autonomy. There's no better band to set the mood and give your club a name than Autonomy. This is a relationship that we can build to create a music scene that this town hasn't seen in years.
Okay, let's go in a little bit about your playing style.
How so?
What do you, if you were looking outwards at your playing style, looking in at it, what would you say about a bass player if you saw him playing the way you played?
I think he's a white boy trying to be Jimi Hendrix on the bass. I think I'd probably want to see if he could back it up. I'd probably stick around to see if he could back it up. Bass doesn't get enough attention in this world. Its time has come.
So, what makes you a different bass player than all of the other bass players that are out there right now? What makes you so different?
Well, I acknowledge the key point, which is that a bass guitar is a guitar. It's not just a bass. It doesn't just have to follow the root notes. You don't have to just hop around in baggy pants and slap the bottom string like corn. What you do is use all of the strings. Play it like a guitar because it is one. Treat it like what it is. There's tons of guitar players that experiment with a guitar, the Tom Morellas of the world and the, Jimmy Pages of the world that try to do new things sonically with a six-string guitar. Why doesn't anybody do it with the bass? Nobody does. It has a ton of capability. The pickups are amazing in it. And it's one of the most raw, aggressive, forceful tones in the universe.
Okay,
It's the perfect instrument.
let's talk about your equipment. Let's give me a tour through your working equipment, the things that you use for Autonomy at this moment.
Well, the key piece to this entire puzzle, of course, is my vintage Les Paul recording bass.
You get a close up of that.
This is a 1971. You'll notice all the buttons and switches and dials that are and toggles that are all over the face of it.
Okay, we got about 10 minutes, so you've got plenty of time if you want to go into detail about anything on your equipment.
All right. Well, basically, this instrument is a 1971. It is 100% vintage, with the exception of the strap locks that I've added to it, but I've kept the original hardware.
What about
intact in
the
both cases.
What about the plate? The
Yes,
control
and the
plate.
plate has been replaced as well, has been recreated to be all black. The old plate had etched in little labels of each switch, but I don't care for that. It's a wonderful instrument. You can get a variety of sounds out of it. Your ability to choose pickups is essential. That is the key. This one, to show you in contrast, this is a 1969 Les Paul recording bass. It doesn't have any strings on it because it's a project, work in progress. But you'll notice a lot less switches. They were just starting to put all these switches and levers on there. Over here, this was more this, when people were getting into psychedelic sound and wanted to have more control over their sound. Here, very simple, pickup selector, treble bass volume. That's that. Not currently in use. This is Count Rockulus bass, but I use it frequently. It's nice because it has active electronics on it. Pretty standard bass, but what's nice about it, black neck. Most of these have wood grain neck, and I hate that.
More about that bass. What is it?
This bass,
Pull
this
it
is
out.
Sound Gear.
Pull it out. Put it in your lap.
This is a Sound Gear. Active electronics. It's a good slap and pop bass. It's set up with a little bit higher action. I use heavier medium gauge strings on this bass, light gauge on the Les Paul. This is more of a soloing garnish tool, whereas this is more of a pounding, thumpy, low monster. Again, strap locks. Interesting thing about this, if you could get a close up.
Is the sustain?
You see this? Now listen. These controls here,
Yes.
you see they're dual volume, dual pods here. So they're kind of piggybacked. This allows you to adjust the amount and pitch of your or tone of your active electronic signal, and this is your standard signal. This is your tone knob for your overall. And this is your volume. It's
Okay.
great. Nice piece. I use a lot of effects and autonomy.
Okay.
It's a key part
Whoops.
it's a key part of the bass sound that I'm trying to bring to this group.
Why don't you come over to this area and show me what you got? We're at about the 10 minutes till the battery runs out. 9 minutes till the battery runs out here. Actually, turn on the overhead.
Whoops.
Don't worry about it. Turn on the overhead. Yes, very good. Splendid.
Got me?
It's going to be hard to get you in this
Okay.
shot.
I'll just get my hand in here.
Okay.
We're going to start and go through my effects path here. It's a bit of a labyrinth. The source of my signal is the Zoom Bass 506, which is a multi-effects processor that Zoom, the most wonderful effects processor company in the world, creates. Lots of different good solid bass tones in this thing, and tons to choose from as a good core sound to work from. From there I run into my Big Muff distortion directly. Big Muff, I have distortions in this, but you can't stop the Big Muff. There's no replacement for this. It's got its own sound, its own place in my effects path. That signal then goes into the wah pedal here, which then circles around and goes into this double play, which is delay and chorus, and it's stereo. So it then splits my signal two ways. One way, one side of my signal goes into this PV bass amplifier. It runs through a cabinet which is sort of behind the camera there. It's the lower half of that stack, and quite large. I believe there's a 15 in there.
It's an
And
18. It's an 18.
oh, is it an 18?
Yes.
Okay, it's an 18.
and 2 10s.
This one, the other half runs through this, which is the fender cab. What can I say about it? I traded a stereo for it. Best trade I ever made. It's a wonderful amp. I separate my speakers so I get the stereo effect on my signal. There's plenty of power here to do whatever you could possibly ever want to do. I hope to upgrade to an Eden at one point in time. Ideally, I'd like to have an Eden and hard key on either side. But this is a nice, good, earthy tone for now, so I'm pleased with it. This here is Head. He's the head. He has a wig at the moment, but we're not really sure why.
Okay. You do your vocals through
Vocals
a vocal processor.
run through this, which is the GFX 707. This is a very fine little piece of engineering. It has a drum machine built into it. It has a sampler built into it. You can sample up to 6 seconds, I believe, on the fly. You can edit your samples on the fly. It's all meant to be played on the fly. You can play it entirely with your feet if you wanted to.
Why don't you use your feet?
I don't, because I like it up at hand's reach on the podium. I'm usually playing with my feet on the bass, so I've got to do several things at once. Having it here is just a good spot because it's quick reach.
When you're on stage, where do you see the podium being?
We're going to try a number of different arrangements. I can't really indulge the viewing public as to what our plans are at this point. You'll have to come to the show.
In other words, you don't know.
I do know, but it is a well-kept secret.
Okay.
Yes.
So is there anything else that you wanted to say?
Count Rockula is a sucky drummer.
Yeah?
I hate him.
So why do you put up with him?
I don't know. He gives good head.
Yeah? Who'd you hear that from?
All the guys down at the Gay 90s say so. Oh, that Rockula. Well, cool, man. Peace out. I'd like to send a shout out to the Bloods and the Crips.
So, Poppy, how would you rate your
Bloods,
performance on Bubble
Crips.
Bobble?
I'm doing really shitty right now. I just hit this freaking level.
Okay, well,
I think
Leroy,
fucked.
you're fucked. Cool. Well, I'm going to turn the camera off. Damn it. There. Go ahead. You know what's cool is this in night shot. Ooh, do that again. Just kind of, I know you already got it lit, but light it in night shot. That's cool. Dude, lighting things on fire is cool. Crazy like a fox. Why are you recording?
I want to get the real life situation that goes on here.
Nobody's at home.
So, Rockula,
Yes. What?
everyone's doing baggy pants, rap rock, Limp Bizkit type riffs. Why aren't you?
I don't like that music. I don't like it.
Damn it.
Why? Everyone else does.
So if everyone else jumped off the Empire State Building, would you? I don't care for it. I think it belongs in the realm of music that is made just to create a posture, and that's it.
Okay, you guys need to understand something here. You want success, right?
Yes.
What do you say to the people that will tell you that to be successful you need to do what's popular?
Because they're
What do you say to those critics?
I say create what's popular.
Give me an example.
An example? Well, obviously No young up and coming band ever wants to put themselves in the category of these people, but look at bands like Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, even Kiss. You know, let's go to the other side. Kiss created the genre, that whole new teen genre of, you know, marketability. Everybody tried it before, but Kiss made it an art form. What I'm saying is, do what you do as an art form.
But Kiss didn't break new ground musically. They merely
Yes, but they
put on a
changed
great stage
music.
show.
But they changed music. There is no way you can deny the fact that Kiss had a huge impact on the music industry. Period. However, back to your point.
How are you
people-
going to get popular playing a type of rock that's not popular?
By appealing to people's other sensibilities. Much way like Townsend did it. You create sensationalism, and then underneath the sensationalism, you give them a quality product. If you do not give them a quality product, you still have sensationalism, which you know, you cannot deny the power of sensationalism. I know I've said that word 5 times, but I can't stress it enough. People don't want to pay attention to your band. Everybody's band sucks. Your band sucks. Period. If you're out there watching it right now, your band sucks. Period. In everybody else's mind, in Joe Blow's mind, who goes to the bar to get laid, he doesn't care about your music. He doesn't care about your band. He doesn't care about anything. All he cares about is himself. Now, if you can convince that person that liking this band will benefit that person, then you got a guy who will spend money to get laid, to look good at your show, to be seen at your show, to be seen driving around listening to your music, to be wearing your t-shirt. If you can create enough of your own legend, people will buy into it, and all it does is make you more popular and more famous. Now, the difference between the bands that make it and the bands that don't make it, the bands that do make it know the secret. The bands that don't. It's as simple as that. We're almost out of battery time there.
Tell me about the Autonomy Stage Show.
The Autonomy Stage Show will be an ever-evolving group of visual experiences that will progress with our financial situation. The more money we have, the more money we have to spend on the show, the more the show looks good to the people, the more people talk about the show they just saw. Just saw a great show, bought their CD, it was good. In that regards, it is the traditional, hey, I saw a cool band, word of mouth type stuff. When you put on an incredibly cool show, people want to see it the next time you do it. The end.